out some games and try on a bra with me.
Okay, so I'm sitting here in the dark because I'm up earlier than I want to be, and I'm kind of hoping to be able to fall back asleep. But obviously, entertaining myself helps. And it is kind of crazy how much things have changed with games. Because now there's, because I'm on PlayStation channel, and there's a bunch of stuff from a THQ Nordic showcase. And it's kind of crazy how many companies now do their own little thing. But it's kind of funny, though, because we're back to another one of those, holy crap, like one of the biggest pops. I haven't even watched the trailer, but I'm on PlayStation's page. Oh, yeah, the reason I mentioned that is this feels weird because I have it backwards with the flashlight on myself. So it probably might look really weird. But Wreckfest, too, just seeing, like, you know, or like on PlayStation side, it's like you got the list of videos like you always do on YouTube. And it's like, what, the last 8 are from it. But it's like Wreckfest 2 got, without me even watching the trailer, got a pretty big pop. And then it was kind of interesting because then the furthest one, because that's one of the things I do on channels like PlayStation that release tons of stuff, is I always make sure the last one is, I watch it even if I just mostly skip it and look at the end. So that, like, the little red bar is there, so I don't, you know, go back skimming and be like, oh crap, I'm like way past, because then I can easily find the last thing that I've looked at. And it's Darksiders, but then it's like this super vague, and it just, I don't know. I watched it, and it's, I don't know if it's a reboot or another sequel or what, or a remake. It's super vague. It's been so long since I played the first one, I can't really tell if the imagery is out of the first one or not, but yeah, it's just kind of funny because it's like when you kind of think like things are over, all of a sudden Capcom does their thing. Then when you think it's over again, all of a sudden there's a THQ Nordic thing. And it's kind of cool because it's like opening night live is coming semi-soonish. But it was like sitting here, you know, basically since the Capcom thing, which really didn't have a ton. I mean, the next Resident Evil coming, but it's like so early. The guy basically just said, hey, I'm the one that worked on 7. I'm working on 9 now. That was really all they said. And everything else is kind of was already known about. So it was like that one really didn't have anything all that interesting. But then there's kind of always something like that to fill the gap. Like, because Nintendo does a few of their small third-party direct things. And then it's like, you know, PlayStation does a decent number of their small ones. And then you've got stuff like this that randomly pops up. So there's kind of always something. So that's kind of cool. But it's also, I also kind of liked having it all condensed and knowing when it was like, when it was E3. And knowing everything and when it's happening and such. Because that was really nice to just kind of have a nice, concise little, like, hey, here's all of our gaming news. Cool, now I can just wait for stuff. Yeah, because now that this one will be designed specifically for next-gen and not be a cross-gen, oh, they can probably do so much with the damage modeling. I hope this is a parody. I mean, it'd be kind of cool for it to have a story. This is the coolest trailer for a racing game I've ever seen.
Next time.
That was a really cool trailer. But yeah, that, like, because that's another thing too, is I didn't expect that. That was awesome. I mean, I feel like it probably, that was probably just kind of like a parody. Clearly, there's not going to be a story mode in it. But even if there was, that could be kind of cool if they made it, if they gave it that attitude.
It's funny, because Megan will try to scare me. Horror movies don't scare me. Horror video games very rarely will get me with a jump scare. And a political ad just kind of got me. Because there's this 80-something, like late 70s, somewhere in the 80s, GMC van that has a giant thing for a clerk and recorder down the side. And I saw it, and I'm kind of glancing, and then I glance over again, and there's a giant cutout of her face in the window. But it's not tight to the window, so it's kind of about like back, like midway through the driver's seat. So when you're looking at a van at this angle, you don't even get close to seeing it. So then you have to do a double take or be coming from the opposite direction to notice it. So I'm like going and glance and see it, and then like I kind of caught it in the corner of my eye. I'm like, what the heck? It's a giant face that I was not expecting. But yeah, that of all things got me when it's like things designed to scare you never get me. like on What Culture Horror channel, like half the videos, I'm like in the comments like, that movie's a horror movie. Just like they call Jurassic Park a horror movie. It's like, I mean, maybe a tiny bit freaky at a couple of moments, but I wouldn't even slightly consider it a full-blown horror. And then like they call Alien versus Predator horror and Predator. It's like, there's like hundreds of thousands of rounds of ammunition thrown around in those movies. How are they horror? I mean, and then that's the thing, people would be like, I've seen people say things like, oh yeah, but you know, if you're being hunted by the thing, and it's like, yeah, but like the movie The Edge, they're being stalked by a grizzly bear. I don't consider that a horror. And it's like, it'd be scary, if you were in a shootout with the cops, that'd be scary, but I don't consider an action movie where people are in a shootout with the cops a horror movie. This is sort of weird. I'm at Three Bears. This is at least a week and a half later. I think it's 2 weeks later. Yeah, it's definitely 2 weeks later. I mean, I wonder if they don't care that they park there, or if they have some sort of like, hey, we'll pay you like $25 to let us just leave our transport here. But that thing is in the exact same spot as when that TRX was sitting here on the other transport a few days ago. Weird. They have a Bronco Raptor here. Interesting. I wonder if they'd let me drive it. Show up in this, be like, clearly I could buy it if I wanted. But, full disclosure, I don't want to. No, I don't know if I say that. But, because I mean, practicality-wise, like you guys have seen how much, like I load this thing like halfway up the cab with yard shit to haul, so clearly that would not pan out. But, they don't need to know that. I don't know. I kind of would hate being that guy. I did a very short stint selling cars, and people that waste your time like that suck. Megan's always super judgy that I just randomly eat peanut butter with a spoon. The peanut butter says it's okay. This is sort of interesting, because got this at the farmer's market from the Hutterites, and this is $3, but a head is $4. Like this, they have to put in the work to trim it. There's no waste. I feel like maybe they labeled them backwards, but yeah, I don't know. And that's the thing. There's just as much broccoli there. I almost guarantee it. So them putting in extra work makes them charge less, unless like they expect people to use the stock. So they're like, hey, we're not giving them the stock, so we need to lower the price. I don't know, because I usually just turn it into little blocks. Because, I don't know, I don't want to waste it, so, yeah.
So, I got this bra as well. It's, what brand is it?
Under Armour.
Under Armour. It's like a zip up the front one. But I'm a moron. And Matt was like, oh, the only size is a 32 double D. Is that, like, and I was like, oh, go for it. I'm like a 30, what am I, a 34 or 36? I don't even know.
34, I'm pretty sure. Because I thought you were a 36, and then like you had like 2 or 3 bras that weren't really fitting properly, and then you were like, you got measured. Yeah, and it was like, you're 34.
Anyway, so sizing down one you think wouldn't be that bad, but apparently it is. But I mean, it's not that bad, but I literally needed help getting it on, and I had to like move everything up, and obviously like it's kind of, I mean it works, but it's kind of like spilling. But anyway,
at least they're not gonna move. Yeah,
they're not gonna move. It's actually comfortable though. Like, it feels comfortable. But anyway, so here's the front. Here's the back.
With the tag sticking out.
Tags. Yeah, we didn't take the tag off because we wanted to figure out if this could fit first. But let's do a little jump test with it. I don't think they're going to go anywhere, but let's just make sure. And honestly, at least the side boob, like the other bra, because that's actually been bugging me out after work. Like
the Brooks.
Yeah, the Brooks bra where my side hangs out right here. Like that part of my chest is actually kind of sore from that. But yeah, let's test this on. Yeah, they did move. I mean, they moved, but not like out of anywhere or anything like that. So I like this one, even though it's a little too small. So I just Matt realized, I was about to film some stuff, and Matt realized that the reason this glare thing is going on is because there's a crack right over my camera lens, like in my screen protector. I never realized that. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends, hit the notification bell, and we'll see you in the next one.